This funky little Teardrop trailer here is the newest member of the SUV RVing Adventure Mobile extended family. I bought this thing a couple weeks ago. I saw it listed on Facebook Marketplace for $2,000 and it was located just an hour from me. And so I thought, you know what, that would be a fun thing to have. That would be a fun thing to make videos about. That would be a fun thing to customize. In short, it'd be a fun project for me, and so I bought this thing basically to be a project and just to have some experience with a little camper trailer. This is a 1989 Teardrop American Outbacker. This is a really obscure little camper. Only a few hundred of these were made, and it was made only in 1989. The company went out of business after that. And one really great thing about this is that it's so light. It weighs only around 400 pounds all in, and so really easy to tow. I can't even feel it towing it with the Land Cruiser here. And it's as wide as the Land Cruiser, so it doesn't stick out beyond the Land Cruiser, and it's low enough that I can even see out the back, which is nice. And interestingly, this material, this isn't fiberglass like you would find in a lot of small, lightweight trailers. This is plastic. The guy I bought it from said that it was made using the same process that's made to make plastic kayaks. That is just one other point in its favor of it being just a weird thing. And another point in that category is obviously these crazy gull wing doors, just really, really unique. Each door has a window that slides open, and there's a little screen. I don't really want to replace them, but I might need to kind of lube up the rails here to make these open and close a little bit better. And then here's a look at the inside. So this has a queen mattress in it. This is a regular queen mattress that folds up. This came with the trailer, barely used, and the previous owner installed a couple of hammocks here to hang gear. There's one at that end and then one over at this end. So this is what the inside of it looks like. And again, the previous owner built this platform here. Apparently originally it held a full-size bed, not a queen, but the guy built a little platform to raise it up off the ground a little bit more, covered it in this carpet here, and it now fits a bigger bed. There is some storage along the sides here, kind of right here. Same thing along the other side. If I can lift this up and show you. Obviously needs a good cleaning, but not a big deal. And then over here, there's a kind of a shore power port or plug. This goes into a power strip, so there are several outlets over there. You can see that here, and then from the outside, if you're at a campground or staying at someone's driveway, you can plug on in with an extension cord. In the back, there is this little galley, so each door has a lock, and the galley here, the kitchen, has a lock. All the locks work, and I have the keys for all of them. There's another little hammock in here. And then originally this was meant to hold a sink and a stove, like a Coleman 2-burner type stove. But I think you're supposed to actually not use the stove in here, because remember, this is all plastic. There are these compartments underneath here that have a wood covering. The previous owner just used these as storage. And so we have a container there that's more or less the size of that cavity. And then here, this is a sink. And again, the guy used these as storage, and he threw these in case we wanted to use them as storage too. Again, it's a little bit dirty, but there is a drain here. So this is a functioning sink. The drain just goes out onto the ground. And you can see there was some water in here. There is some stuff in here. The previous owner said that some water does get in this area. The main cabin, let's call it, the main compartment does not leak, but this does apparently. And so one of the things that's on the to-do list is to replace all of this weather stripping here. This is kind of old and crusty, so that's all going to be replaced. I don't really cook, and so I don't need a galley space here, so let me know what I could use this for. I mean, obviously I could just use it for storage. I could put chairs out here and maybe a little table and that sort of thing, but let me know if you have any other ideas there. And in general, I don't really like trailers. I have a little utility trailer that I use to move things around, you know, move couches or to take things to the dump or whatever. And I really don't like trailers. They're just a pain. And I've never really been that interested in teardrop campers, teardrop trailers, because they seem like kind of the worst of all worlds, meaning that the amount of space in there, I mean, it's not that much bigger than the back of the Land Cruiser as far as space goes. And it's much smaller than like a proper travel trailer, which has many more amenities. You can actually stand up in that, for example, but it's got the worst parts of being a trailer. Like, this makes me and my traveling setup here much less maneuverable. It's a pain to drive around with trailers. It's a pain to drive around on little dirt roads in the mountains or in the desert with trailers. And so I was really never in the market for one of these, but again, I saw this thing and I thought, that is just so unique, so interesting. I want to get it. I want to try it out. I want to make some videos with it. I want my wife to camp in it with me. You know, we'll put it through its paces and we'll see how it goes. And so at the end, I'll probably end up selling this because, again, I love sleeping in my car, but I do want to have the experience of both kitting this out, making it a cool spot for me and potentially my wife also, and also just having fun, having a little base camp when I go on adventures. For example, like I go on fishing trips a lot, and so I could take this with me, drive out to an area that is kind of a central hub for fishing, leave it there for a few days and just travel around and explore in that area and go fishing around that area. So anyway, one of the first things I'll need to do is figure out the window screen situation. So again, the previous owner made this and gave this to me. It's a screen that basically fits perfectly into the side here, but I'd like to rig up some sort of curtain or something like that. That's kind of always here. So that's on the to-do list. One other thing I'd like to do is make some shelves. So I don't want to do too much to this because, again, one of the main selling points of something like this, one of the main attractions, is that it is so light and easy to tow and easy to move around. So I don't want to get too crazy with it, but I think I want to add some shelves on each side here, like here and here, maybe some stuff over here. I want to add a couple of windows. I'm not entirely sure the best way to do that or what kind of window to get. I've been looking at some porthole windows on Amazon that are like they're I think 12 inches in diameter. I could put one of those on each side here. I definitely want to get a fan, a little vent fan. I'll add that to the top over here, and I'll probably add some solar panel cable pass-throughs to this so that I can set up some solar panels out here, and I can have a power station charging inside, and then the solar panels will be, again, charging that power station. The tires seem to be in decent shape, and on here, this is one of the lug nuts here is a Zerk, I think it's called a Zerk valve or Zerk fitting, so you can hook up a grease gun to that to grease up the bearings in there. You don't need to like take everything apart and unpack and repack the bearings, so that's kind of cool. And then there is a spare tire on the front here. I'd like to upgrade these tires to something more beefy. I'll put the size of the tire on the screen here, but I don't know if they make beefy trailer tires like this. So if you have something similar to this, let me know what kind of trailers or what kind of wheels you have on it. I can't make them too much bigger because it'll rub up against the plastic, the inside of the wheel well here. So I don't necessarily want them bigger, although they could be maybe a little bit bigger, but I want some just tough tires for when I do drive out to, places like this on dirt roads. So leave a comment down below or send me an email if you have good suggestions for new tires. Here's the view from inside and a look at the inside. It would be nice to have more windows in here. I saw some pictures online of people adding windows to these, like a little porthole window right here and right here. But, for that to work, you'd obviously have to leave the galley hatch open. Not sure how ideal that would be. And again, I wanted to add some storage to the sides here, but I don't know how to do that and add a window to the side. So I'll have to figure this out. Again, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have suggestions here. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'll probably end up replacing these hammocks with something else. Plenty of storage back in here that I can make use of. Might be good to put some sort of like elastic cargo net right there so I can just kind of stuff things back in there. Such a cool little camper. The wiring on the trailer worked just fine, and I can pull it just fine with the Land Cruiser. I could even pull it just fine with the RAV4, which would be really fun. The RAV4 does have a hitch receiver, but it doesn't have wiring. It isn't wired for a trailer, so maybe I'll do that and pull this thing with the old RAV. It's gonna take a month or two for me to do all of these things here and then to take it out on its maiden voyage. And so the next video, like next week's video, isn't going to be about the trailer. It's going to be a regular travel video, but stay tuned. And in the next, again, month or two, we'll see some more trailer videos here. And yeah, let me know what you think. Again, let me know if you have suggestions, recommendations, any of that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.